The Ministry of Education is under fire for opting to lay synthetic carpet in rural schools instead of using New Zealand wool.
It's a tough time for our wool industry, with many farmers concerned about the future.
Wool was once the backbone of our economy. The number of sheep here defined our identity. But then came the fake futuristic fibres. Wool prices took a hit and farmers bore the brunt of it. These days, there aren't so many sheep on our farms, and the wool industry has had a terrible year. But Kiwis are a resourceful bunch. Take this fifth-generation farming family from the East Coast Tairāwhiti. They've taken wool and turned it into something else altogether. So is innovation the solution to our struggling wool industry?
And Harry Urquhart-Hay is here now. Nice to see you, Harry. Tell us what your family are doing with wool and what it'll be used for.
Kia ora, Jeremy. Kia ora, Hilary. So our family are innovating with wool, and we are replacing synthetics within high-end furniture and bedding products. So think of the fill inside the furniture and the bedding. We're replacing it with our Tairāwhiti sourced wool, which is 100% natural.
Oh, it must be so much cosier than the synthetic stuff.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, look, our family's been in the industry for a long time. Our family business was founded by my great-great-grandfather back in 1894. So we've got a strong love for New Zealand wool, just like so many of our New Zealand farmers and New Zealand population. And yeah, it's time to put it back on the map.
Harry, when did the family realise that the traditional industry wasn't going to be sustainable?
I remember it vividly. It was my uncle Henry Hansen gave me a call February 2020, just as COVID was sort of commencing and kicking off. It was level 4 lockdown, and Henry said, hey, look, I think this might be it. It's costing our farmers more to grow their wool than what we can pay for it. At that point, we all got together around the kitchen table and realised that the only way to keep the family business going and the wool industry going was to add value here to the fibre in New Zealand. And so at that point we set out manufacturing and processing 100% New Zealand wool products to replace synthetics.
What a fantastic story. Can you explain to us some of the advantages of wool as a fibre as opposed to synthetic fibres like polyester?
So wool is anti-static, it's antimicrobial. It doesn't harbour any dust or odours. It breathes incredibly well, and it's a great thermal regulator. It's regenerative, and it's also sustainable. So at the end of its life, it breaks down naturally and provides nutrients for new growth and new life. So yeah, versus synthetics, it really is no comparison.
I love wool. How much hope is there, Harry, for the wool industry in New Zealand?
It's just the beginning, Jeremy. It's starting to get really exciting. I think as you look globally, it's a new generation's coming through, and we're all realising that climate change is inevitable. The days of single-use plastics, single-use synthetics are a thing of the past. And so it is really wool's time to shine.
So where do you see the family business in 10 years?
Yeah, good question. So I think the first thing is we need to pay our farmers more for their wool. And then we really need to put New Zealand wool back on the map globally. So it's all about education and innovation and replacing synthetics.
Thank you so much, Harry, and all the best for the future.
Yeah, no, thanks heaps, Hilary. Cheers, Jeremy.